Now, on this channel, a lot of times we like to talk about the guys on Shark Tank, you know what I'm saying? Mark Cuban, Kevin O'Leary, and all of them, as you know, they're very established in the business and the finance world. As you know, Shark Tank is a show where people pretty much come on, present their business ideas, and then the sharks get to pretty much decide, if they want to invest in a certain percentage stake in the company. A lot of times you see a lot of bad businesses come through, and sometimes you will get that star of a business that is just something that is so juicy that the investors even sometimes can end up fighting over stakes in the company. Now, like I said, these are some great and well-respected businessmen in the industry, especially Mark Cuban. Now, Mark Cuban has come out and he has said that there's one thing that he says a business must have, or a person must have, especially a younger person, if they are trying to run a successful business. So let's get into what he's talking about. He said it's one thing. So, anyone who's trying to, build a startup or would like to, start their own business, this would definitely be something that you would want to hear. So like, comment, subscribe, all of that to help the channel grow. I'm not going to hold you up, and let's get into it. Okay, so it says Mark Cuban's advice for young people starting a business. It really comes down to one simple thing. Is it really that simple? Because as we all know, like 85% of first businesses pretty much fail. So let's see what he's talking about. Now it says billionaire Mark Cuban. Yes, billionaire with the B. Mark Cuban was only 12 years old when he launched his first side hustle. So he knows what it takes to start a business at a young age. I mean, that is a pretty young age. I can say most of us, we're not starting a little side hustle, you know what I'm saying, at 12 years old. I don't know, maybe you're flipping Pokemon cards, but even that would be a little bit impressive because most 12-year-olds are not even thinking like that. And he says there's one simple thing you need to consider if you want to do it too. He says the key to starting a business when you're young is doing things that you can do yourselves, things that you can do with your own time. He recently told a group of high school students at the Louisville High School in Texas. That means starting with what you know, he noted. So just going off of what he said here, obviously, you know what they say, like if you want to be good at something, or you want to make money in something, it's a lot of times best to choose things that you love. And I kind of feel like that's what he's saying here. He's saying choose something that you know how to do. So it means it's obviously something you would already have an interest in. And of course, if you're young, you might have school, you might have sports, extracurriculars, all that good stuff. So he's also saying make sure that it's something that you actually have the time to do, because if you don't really have the time and you try to do it, eventually you're going to end up quitting. Now, let me know what you guys think about that. Now, he said, if it's a product, do something that's easy for you to get and easy for you to sell. It really comes down to one simple thing. The best businesses are things you can control and do yourself. That's what being an entrepreneur is all about. It's true. Now, it says Cuban famously got an early start learning to run his own business as a preteen selling garbage bags door to door in a Pittsburgh suburb. That's pretty interesting, like most kids, when you think about starting a business or something like that nowadays, I feel like most kids will not come up with the idea to sell garbage bags. Like, it's a very, obviously it might have been a little lucrative for him. Who knows? I don't know. Maybe it'll tell us. But, when you think of a kid starting a business, you think of like a lemonade stand. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, you think about them, swapping out Pokemon cards their parents get them or something like that. Not the idea of going door to door selling garbage bags, maybe mowing a lawn, but it's interesting. And sometimes you got to think outside of the box. Now, later he sold a variety of collectibles, from baseball cards to coins to stamps, and says the proceeds helped him to pay his college tuition. Interesting. Now it says in each of those cases, Cuban used household items and collectibles that were accessible to a kid and sell them for a profit, following his own advice for teenagers today. Similarly, as a college student, he worked as a bartender and taught dance lessons to make extra money. Wow. I did not know Mark Cuban had the moves like that, teaching dance lessons in college too. I wonder, like, did you have to have a little, practice in high school, middle school, before you can start teaching dance lessons? But, oh yeah, he was on Dancing with the Stars. It says he later showed off his skills, appearing on Dancing with the Stars in 2007, finishing 8th in the competition. So he did not do very well in the competition. But hey, big ups to him, like clearly he's got a wide skill set, Now he said, I was always a hustler. I have always been selling. I always had something going on. That was just my nature. Got to keep moving, especially in business. Now, Cuban said during a 2016 episode of Shark Tank, now Cuban says he regularly tells kids and teenagers to start their own businesses to do what he did. Build something around what they can make or a service they can offer to friends, family, or neighbors. Because let's be real here, there is not one successful business on this earth that does not bring value and service to someone at some type of point. There is no way you are ever making money and not providing some type of value. And if you are, you will not be making money for long. You feel me? Now, he said that's easier said than done, of course. Successfully launching and growing your own business is infamously challenging. Roughly 20% of new businesses fail within a year of launching, according to data from the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics. And I don't know how many last like 5 years from then, but I guarantee you it is a very small percentage. Starting a business, whether that be a media business, whether that be selling garbage bags, whether that be, anything really, starting a restaurant is very difficult. The margins normally at the beginning aren't that good. You're normally competing with competitors who are able to get products and supply at much lower prices than you because they've been in the game. Like, think about trying to start a restaurant and your restaurant is right next to a McDonald's who may be getting beef for like $1 per pound, while it may cost you, $2.50 per pound. And this is while you're trying to start up your business, and you also wouldn't have the amount of money that a McDonald's franchise would have to build and create a McDonald's. That may be your life savings or a bank loan that it may take. So that's why it can be so difficult. But if you can get it to work, it can be such a beautiful thing. There's nothing more beautiful to me than being able to not only do what you love, but be fully in control of all of your work. You get to dictate your hours. You get to do all of that yourself. To me, time is such a beautiful thing that's why, in my opinion, me and so many other people would love and be very interested in starting their own business. Now, let's see what he had to say. Being an entrepreneur and starting a business doesn't mean it's going to be easy and all of a sudden you'll be making a lot of money. Most times you'll be losing money at first. Being an entrepreneur is the harder way. If it was easy, you would already be doing it and coming on Shark Tank and taking my place. So he says, find something you can control and do yourself is hard enough. Becoming great at it, which incidentally is Cuban's #1 rule for making money, is a lot harder. As you guys know, you got to put in those, 1,000 hours, 4,000 hours to master something. And if you're going to be starting a business in an industry, you better have mastered your craft because, like I said, there's going to be competitors, and some of those competitors will have mastered their craft. Like, imagine if you already know someone's woodwork skills are better than another, if the price points are relatively similar, you're going to go with the person who has more experience 9 out of 10 times. You feel me? You're never going to go with the person who does less. Think about it as like getting a tattoo. If you're getting a tattoo, what do? You go and you look around for the best tattoo artist that you can find in your area. If you see somebody's Instagram has mediocre tattoos and somebody has extremely professional, expertized work, you're always going to go with that expertized work. Now, this says it involves extensively researching your business plan and potential competition, seeking out funding, which can be a big thing, and helping create backup plans to allow for flexibility if you need to adjust on the fly, the billionaire has previously said. As long as you don't mind putting in the work, especially after you choose your business opportunity, a world of opportunity can open up for you. If you're willing to take the initiative and start a business, anything is possible. And I think it's great that somebody like Mark Cuban would take the time out of his day, to go and speak to these high schoolers and kind of speak to the youth about, starting a business, because that's a thing that I think a lot of people want to do, but they don't realize necessarily how much work it takes to go and start a business versus, going into the corporate world or the job world. And there is a big difference. For one, for me personally, time. When you go to a job, you know that, hey, I got to be here at this certain time. I got to be here at this certain time. This person's going to be on me if I'm not here at this certain time. When you have a when you're an entrepreneur, you have to get up and decide to go and make those moves yourself. You have to, let's say you're expanding your business. That money is coming straight out of yours. You know, you could do a lot of other things with that money. You know, you could go on vacations, but you got to be the type of person to say, no, I want to, you know, if let's say you're doing YouTube, I want to buy a camera. I want to buy a mic. I want to, you know, get my production a little bit better. I want to get my editing a little bit better. And I think that's one of the big differences between, you know, entrepreneurship and, you know what I'm saying, I guess you could say working in a professional, you know, job type of setting, is that you really, I would say you have to have at least 2 to 3 times as much discipline, simply because there's not people around you influencing the way you move. Everything that you do is strictly off of you. If you work at a job in your sleep, it's time to get up, you may be getting calls. You may be getting emails. People will harass you and be wondering where you at. But if you own a business, oh, you can sleep. You can sleep and you can take that time, and that may be the reason why you're not successful. You feel me? So let me know what you guys think about this. Do you guys think Mark Cuban makes a lot of good points? If there's any tips and you guys have any businesses or anything like that and you're entrepreneurs, definitely drop some tips down below just for everyone, you know, to kind of, you know, learn and help each other as much as we can. So I hope you guys all have a great day, you know, whether you're an entrepreneur or whether you are going to some type of corporate setting today. Be blessed and have a great day.